Ready?
Ready?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest episode of Snitchin. It's your host, Kristen.
And Brittany, get ready for the best part of your day. And we have a very special guest with us, one of our favorite people, one of our best friends, a former roommate of ours, Heather Mulford Toland.
Woo!
Hi, everyone. So
Hey,
excited to be on the pod.
In some ways, Heather knows us better than anyone. But yeah, we lived together in Southie, like right after we graduated college, pretty much for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years.
hmm
Yeah, I think 2013 to 2015, I think. Yeah, because I think the N was when I started to date Owen, which was 2015.
Yeah, I remember because 1989 came out
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
within the first like 6 months. So that was 2014. So it must have been 2014.
Heather, she is married to a guy, Owen, from Belmont. And I remember your first date with him. You went out, you were gone for
hmm
like 7 hours. Heather comes back. She's like, I just had the best date of my life. I'm like, bro, you've been gone. I was about to put out like an Amber Alert. Like, where are you?
I was gonna say my story. I remember that too because I think I was like away in St.
Yeah,
Lucia
you
or
were.
something. And I remember I was at the
Yes.
airport and you called me. And you, oh my God, I had this great date. Like you like couldn't wait to tell everyone.
Yeah, no, we all went out the night before. And yeah, Jules was there too. And Mike, who's Jules' husband, went to school with Owen, and that's kind of how we all interconnected. And then he invited me that night to go out to lunch the next day.
Aw.
Oh, we
Yep. And that
Well,
was
now I
10
feel
years
like I have
ago.
to save Owie for baby Owen.
Oh my God, so confusing. To anyone that's,
Heather has a what,
yeah.
1.5-year old.
So my husband and my son both named Owen. So, and also my father-in-law, my husband Owen's grandfather. So he's technically a fourth, but they don't all have different middle names. It's just super confusing. But baby Owen now, he calls himself Owie. So it's kind of like a good transition. Like we just kind of call him that now.
yeah,
Oh, Owie.
he's so cute. Oh my gosh. Well, we are so excited to have you here. We are going to play our segment that we have for our recurring guests, 13 questions. We're going to find out 13 things about Heather that you didn't know before. But first, anything going on in the
Ugh,
past
I
couple of
got something
days?
I have to get off my chest. I feel
Oh
like
my God.
I
What?
have worked very hard to not like let anything with work like rattle me. You know what
hmm
I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
I work in advertising. Like at the end of the day, I'm not saving lives. Like if something goes wrong, it's not worth like losing sleep over or like having heart palpitations.
For sure.
Preach.
So, but I found out yesterday, so this is like the most rattled I've been in a while, that they are adding, I'm trying to like explain this without like getting too much into work, but they're basically like I'm getting a new boss that's going to be like sharing responsibilities with my current boss. My current boss, I love her. She's awesome. Like she's a great manager, a great teacher. Like I'm realizing now that I have new bosses that I've taken her for granted in the past because like she's awesome. She's not a micromanager. So I found out yesterday that this new boss that they're bringing on is they like said her name, which I'm not gonna say it because I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't use names.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, so and so, and they used to work at like this agency, which I used to work at the same time as me. And but she had a different last name. And I was like, wait, what's her name? And then they told me like her maiden name, and I was like, what? Like
No.
I went, it was the awkwardest thing. I have never hated someone I've worked with as much as this person. She is literally the
Oh
reason I
no.
left my last agency. Like, is I hate her guts. I hate her.
No. Oh
And
my God.
I'm like, this might put me over the edge with my job, which is fine, but because maybe this is a sign because last time she put me over the edge. The thing with her is she is one of those people that is like so good to like her bosses and to clients, like she puts on that good face and like she can do work, but then like as a manager, she just sucks. Like I mean, to be fair, I haven't worked there since 2018, so it could be different now. But like the problem I had with her was like she would just always make people feel stupid. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like if you asked a question, she would be like, "Why is that person asking that question? They're so dumb." It's like,
Oh.
why do you have to be like that? And these were like
Uh,
junior level people, and like is a huge micromanager. Like doesn't want to let like needs to be have her hands in everything, and everything has to be her way. And yeah, so I was rattled yesterday, and I still am. I'm like, how is this happening? I thought I was done with her.
We all know those people. They can play the game, and
Yeah,
their priority is looking out for number one. So they know how to present to the client. They know how to present up. But yeah, they're like the worst people managers. Dude, I feel for you. That sucks.
But like honestly, like real question, like what do I do when other people on my team are like, "Oh, you worked with her, like how was she?"
oh, that's tricky.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to give them a bad taste in their mouth. So like I was on the call yesterday with my two peers who like I love and I would tell them like my honest answer anyway.
Yeah,
But I was like totally caught off guard, so I wasn't like prepared to be like diplomatic about it. But I'm like I don't know like about like some of the more junior people on my team like
I would say you could tell like the people, like you said, that like you work really closely with and you have like a super good relationship. But I feel like probably the more junior people, you like shouldn't say anything. God forbid they like then have like a good relationship with her and like tell her something. I don't know.
I don't know. You'd have to be really sensitive about it, but it sounds like your boss right now, you love, and like I think you could just have a very candid say like I really wasn't sure if I should even say anything, but I just want to make sure that the transition is smooth. And like these were some of the things that I noticed working with her last time that I kind of just wanted to flag because I think I might have some trouble, adjusting as we like go
yeah.
through this transition. What do you think, Heather? Do you think that's too forward?
No, I think that's a good idea, actually, especially since you have a good relationship with your current boss. She probably would like respect the like that you said something and like the transparency. And then again, like if she noticed anything, then like she has that background. And you could just say, like,
Yeah.
hey, like, I don't want you to do anything with this information. Like, I just kind of wanted to see, like, do you have any advice? Like Kristen said, like,
Yeah.
You have the benefit of having worked with this person for a long time. And like she knows you're
right.
not someone who complains or who's like over dramatic. Like I'm sure you
Yeah.
already have her good opinion. So I think you're in the clear.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm just like she's one of those people that's tricky. Like some people like I could say all that, but then like my boss could not get that impression at all from her.
Yeah. Well, she
You
plays
know
the
what I
game.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I look stupid.
Well, keep us posted. I
Just
hope it's not too
Yeah.
bad.
I know. I just like I hate people in general that work. Like I feel like I just shut down with people that I think are like mean to other people and like rude. It's like we're not saving lives. Why do you have to put people down?
Oh my
Right.
God.
Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah, so that's my update. Keep you posted.
Keep us posted. Well, should we transition to a lighter topic and get to know more about our best girlfriend, Heather? That was
Yes,
a weird way
please.
I said that. Because I was gonna say like our bestie girl. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into it. Our segment with Heather, 13 questions. We thought we would change up the questions from when Gina was on to get you guys some thinking about some new things. And me and Britt will chime in as we go too. Okay, question number one. What's the first thing that you do when you wake up?
Okay. I wanted to have a different answer, but I do look at my phone when I first wake up. I know that's probably like bad to say, but I do like at least check my phone and like make sure I don't have any like missed calls or texts. I've been trying to be better about like just literally doing that and putting my phone down and not like scrolling for like a couple
Yeah,
minutes or whatever. So yeah,
we all do
that's
it.
like the first thing that I do.
Relatable queen. We're
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
same way. What do you do, Britt?
Well, I intentionally like to wake up early. Like I'll wake up like an hour before I think my kids will wake up just because I need time to like, well, I usually do a workout, but I also just need time to like
Yeah.
breathe for a second before I'm like just thrown into the day because once they wake up, like it's like your feet are on the ground, they're not leaving you're running around all day. So I really value my peace in the morning.
You are Dawn Court. That's your time.
I know,
So
I know.
my first thing, I love the first thing I do in the morning, because I'm not a morning person as we've well established on the show, and I need something to like get me going in the morning. So I play all of the New York Times games first thing. Like before I even leave my bed,
Oh,
I do Wordle and I'm like excited. I'm like, oh great, it's time to Wordle. So I get
Oh.
up, I'll Wordle. And then I kind of have a specific order I do the games in. I'll do like Wordle, mini crossword, letterbox, spelling bee, Sudoku, and then
and that's what your life is like when you don't have kids.
No, but I mean that's way
Oh,
better than just like looking at your phone, just looking at nothing. Like,
no.
that doesn't matter.
It's such like a fun little thing to get your brain going in the day. It takes me about 40 minutes to do all these games. I literally sit there
I
for 40 minutes and I play these games. And then like I
love that.
even get kind of into it where I'm like, okay, if I get all of the games, like there are days where I will get every game like first go. Brittany is dying right now. Those days I like get up and I'm like, I feel like there's like a soundtrack playing behind me. Like I'm like, today's gonna be a great day. Nothing can bring me down. Like I'm just like, I killed it on the games. Like let's go. Let's kill this day.
It is honestly like a great way to start your day. Like get your brain
Yeah.
going.
No, it's the best. I highly recommend to anyone. Wordle, great way to start the day. Okay, question number 2. Dream vacation spot. I think you're gonna say something in Europe.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Italy. So I've never been.
It's a good one.
I think probably specifically the Amalfi Coast, just because I know
Mhm.
when you guys did that vacation, we couldn't go. I was trying to remember. I think it was the same year that we were getting married, and like we couldn't do like two big vacations. I think that's why we couldn't go. So
Yeah,
that's
that was
probably my
a good,
dream vacation.
good choice.
But
That's a
really,
good
like
pick.
anywhere in Italy, I've never been at all.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Agree. I think Italy is my top choice too.
I already said mine yesterday. Yacht in the Mediterranean.
Right.
Oh, love that.
Catch us
Yes.
across the pond.
Goodbye, USA.
See you. Bye, America.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, question number 3. Favorite current TV show? I'm interested in this. I need a new show.
I actually have a couple that I actually just finished. The Better Sister with Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks on
Mm.
Amazon Prime.
Oh,
So it's about, I'm not like giving it away. You find out in like the first like half hour of the first episode. Jessica Biel and her husband are like very wealthy people. Are kind of like you realize like having a little bit of like challenge in their marriage. They have a son who's like, I think supposed to be in high school, but they're both like very high up in their careers and like very career driven. And then after work one night, it's like she's traveling back from like a work event and she walks into their house and finds her husband dead.
Oh.
And he was murdered. And so the whole
oh,
show is kind of about like what happened, who killed him, and then her sister comes into play because she then calls her sister in after this happens, and it's like about their relationship, like the whole family dynamic. It's really, really good.
Ooh, great.
Yeah.
I love a good murder mystery.
Yeah. And like I didn't think it was like, because sometimes I feel like those shows can be kind of predictable, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that predictable. And then I also watched Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm and Olivia Munn. I loved that too. Owen and I both watched that. So John Hamm is like a wealthy guy. He's like a hedge fund manager. And within the first 5 minutes of the first episode, he is out with his boss and he gets fired. He's like, oh my God, what happened? And like it's like obviously like this big shock. And then he has to kind of figure out like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because he has a crazy extravagant lifestyle and he has two kids, he's going through a divorce, and how is he gonna pay for all of this? And he ends up stealing from his friends and neighbors. That's why it's called Your Friends and Neighbors. And
Oh.
yeah, it's really good.
That sounds really
I feel like it
good.
was like a unique plot line.
Oh, good
So
to know.
I
Of
loved it.
it's everyone says it's so good. I just like John Hamm also. Like I want to like anything that he's in. And Olivia Munn, I'm a fan of too. I would
Yeah,
I'm
same. I actually just listened to her podcast on I think it was the Not Skinny, Not Fat or whatever it's called. She was just on her podcast. It was so good.
oh my God, Heather, I just listened to her an Armchair Expert.
Oh, really?
She was so good. She's been through so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
she
yeah,
was
Quick
like,
I'm gonna
side
write them
note,
more.
armchair expert gets brought up in every podcast.
well, it's the
Oh
it,
yeah, I know
we
Kristen loves that.
Just be aware. Listen now, snitches. Every podcast she brings up armchair expert.
no,
I
listen.
do love Dex Shepard too.
Yeah, no,
He's
it's good.
so good. Like if I
Yeah.
oh my God, I love him. We
She's
all
like,
know.
I
We all
wake
know.
up, I play 45 minutes of games, then I listen to 3 hours of armchair expert, and then I go on a walk. Must be nice.
Facts.
My
Like,
God.
Legit.
oh, that's hilarious. Okay. We're gonna keep it going with the questions. Number 4. Do you have
Yeah,
any pets?
I do. So we have Tucker, who is our cat. He is 7 now, I think. So we got him like right after we moved in together. And then we have Hazel, who's our dog. She's a mini Bernie Doodle, and
So
she will
cute.
be 4 in September.
Oh my God, Hazel is the
Yeah,
cutest dog. I
yeah.
mean,
And
Tucker,
Tucker's so cute too.
Yeah,
of course.
honestly, Tucker is like such a good cat. He is just like so chill. I mean, Baby Owen loves to like play with him and he just lets it be. Like, Owen's like
Oh.
pulling his tail and like, we're trying to teach him be gentle with Tucker and Hazel because Hazel wants no part of him. Um, and he's like getting a little better of it, but it's still hard.
I mean, Tucker is really cute. I'm not a cat person. I thought
Yeah.
Tucker was a golden cat.
You did.
Oh
Just
yeah.
for
He's
context,
black.
I have a black cat. So
She thought
not
he was orange.
not
Shows you how much attention you're paying.
to be fair, Tucker is always hiding, like when you come at our house now, because like he just is, the third just kind of forgotten about. So he's always like hiding in a closet or just upstairs.
Yeah.
It's sad. We don't see him much.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another quick tangent on history between the three of us when we lived together in Southie. The first and only pet I've ever had is our cat Lou.
Oh, baby Lou.
Baby Lou. Baby Lou's still kicking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I went away for the weekend. I come home and these two have shit eating grins on their faces when I walk in. And I'm like, what is going on? All of a sudden a cat walks by. I was like, whose cat is that? They got a cat, Lou.
We were like, ours?
I know. I
You
was
knew it
like,
was coming.
of course,
Yeah.
at the time, I really wasn't a fan of cats. I've come to love Lou, who still lives with Brittany. But Lou was a bad cat for the first year.
Oh, and we didn't tell you he had FIV
Oh,
Oh,
for
right.
like
Oh
two
my
or 3 years.
God.
we had an AIDS cat.
Well, let me tell it. Let me tell it. Okay, I'm a huge cat lover. I love kitties and I love animals, but especially cats. But I really wanted to get like I wanted to go in and get like the saddest looking cat that like no one wanted, like an
Mm.
adult. And I saw Lou and he was just in this little cage and he was like had all these
He
patches
actually
and like
was so cute though. He had the
his ears
little
are down.
yeah.
Yeah, but he has such a great temperament. He's so friendly, and like loving, but like he just looks a little mangy. We found out he has uh feline HIV, um, which I guess isn't that big of a deal. It just means like he could get sick easier, I think. But we didn't tell
Yeah.
Kristen that for like a good 2 years.
No, it was literally a year later. Your mom told me in the kitchen in Scituate. She was like, "Oh yeah, well when Lou had like HIV," I was like, "What?"
We were like, oh,
Okay, Lou was not the most loving of animals. He was on the street for years, so we give him a pass because his poor cat was traumatized. But I kid you not, for a year, we had this long hallway.
it was
You,
bad.
you would walk by the hallway, he would whap at your legs, claws out, like he would poop in the tub. Do you remember he would?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
That was like
Yeah.
the first day he got there,
Oh my
though.
God, I
No.
told you guys this. He actually did that. So this is when Owen and I first started dating, and I think this was like the first time he like came into our apartment. And I so we come in and luckily I like went in to use the bathroom and Lou had literally shit in the tub. And I was like, oh my God, fuck. And so I like quickly like cleaned it up, like flushed it down the toilet. And I was like, and I didn't tell him at the time because I was like, oh God, like I didn't even know if he liked cats or like if he was gonna think that was weird. But yeah, that was like the first time he even like came into our apartment.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to Lou.
Yeah.
All right.
He's much
Question.
better now.
He's great now. I mean, he's living the life.
Oh
He's
yeah.
Yeah, he started from the bottom. Now we're here.
correct. He's a legit rags to riches story. Okay, question number 5. This is a quick one. Sweet or savory?
Definitely savory. I'm not much of a sweet person at all.
I thought you were going to say I'm totally sweets.
Me too.
This one's kind of hard. I don't know if I have an answer. Something that makes you smile.
I know I kind of thought about this. Well, obviously, like friends and family, but just like I was trying to think about it in like a day to day. So Owen and I have been with Owie have been doing like a nightly walk.
You.
We do it like or try and do it most nights. And I feel like it's just like so good of like, time to like unwind and like after the
Yeah.
workday or like we even do it most weekends. And it's like literally just for 20 to 30 minutes. And I don't know, I like it and it makes me smile.
I love that. What a great
Yeah.
answer. That's a
It's such
cute.
like a nice time of like day too, or like night.
Yeah.
It's like a little cooler and yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that's a great routine. Okay, superpower that you'd want.
I was trying to think about this one. I honestly like couldn't really think of one that I wanted at first because at first I was like, oh, maybe I'd want to like read minds or something. But then I'm like, well, I wouldn't really want to read minds because then it's like, what if I like heard something that I didn't like? And then like I'm an overthinker and like I just was like, no, I wouldn't actually want that. So I feel like maybe teleporting or like flying would be like a good
Teleporting.
one because then like obviously be like, oh, I just want to go here and be there.
My worst self is an airport self. I'm
Right.
my worst self at the airport. I could just get that part of my life out. That would be great. So I'm with you all
For sure.
day.
Yeah. I would say being invisible.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
I could go to every Eras Tour show and I could go backstage. I could
Mhm.
like see what Taylor's doing at any given time. And I could still do the transport thing because I could like sneak onto any airplane or train.
True.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. You can just sneak onto the planes. I don't hate that. I knew you were going to say the Taylor thing, obviously. Great choice.
Well, yeah, that's the first place my mind goes.
Yeah. I will say too, just like quick on the reading minds, like so true. Just if you have any type of like anxiety on that, AKA me, reading minds would actually be like the worst thing you could possibly do. I would not be
Yeah.
able
Oh,
to,
yeah.
100%. Same.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Favorite piece of clothing you own?
Brittany and Kristen both know I'm a big shopper. I love
True.
clothes in general.
Yes.
And I honestly couldn't really think of a specific piece of clothing. If I really had to pick, like I would say maybe I have these Madewell jeans that I love. And then it's like I wear like you can wear them all the time. And I mean, I just feel like a good pair of jeans is good. But also just I love clothes in general. That's like something that like I really enjoy.
Yep, we second that. Heather loves clothes.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to chime in.
Like if I'm having a bad day, if I like do like online shopping or even just like go to a store, like I would instantly feel better. That's like horrible to say.
No. Well, now I'm thinking like all the backstories of when we lived together. Do you remember so we had our place was technically two bedrooms, but we made it a three-bedroom because there was like a
Yeah.
front room, but there was no
Hmm.
closet. So we had a big armoire in our living room that the person who was living in the front room had all their clothes in there. One year it was Heather, one year it was me. The difference in that armoire, like Heather's was overflowing. It's like
Yeah, mine was
Yeah,
like
you
spilling.
bursting
couldn't
at the
even
seams.
close it.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
can I put some stuff in your closet?
Yeah. And that was not all my clothes. I didn't even bring everything.
Meanwhile, I have like half of it filled. I'm like, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I can tell you what was in there. It was the blue dress, the long blue dress, the brown dress,
Yes.
the
Oh my God, the
Clemson
brown dress.
dress,
Oh yeah.
and probably like three other random things that you wore at work.
Yeah. So true.
Oh man.
Hilarious. Okay, we have four questions left. Diamonds or pearls?
Diamonds.
That's what I thought you were going to say, diamonds.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree. Who would you like to switch lives with for a day?
Honestly, I couldn't think of an answer for this one. I don't know. I really don't know.
What do you think my answer
Because
is?
like Taylor, of course. Because like
Yeah.
obviously like I thought of that and I was like, oh, that would be fun. But like I was like, honestly, I don't even know if I would want to be a celebrity. I guess for a day.
Yeah, like for a day, I would want behind the scenes, like I would want maybe like Oprah, because I'm sure I could just call
Oh,
anyone, you
yeah.
know?
Maybe armchair expert?
Oh
Maybe
my
Jack
God.
Shepherd?
That's it. I would definitely, no, honestly, I would be Monica Padman, his co-host, so I could co-host Armchair Expert. Oh, I need to see the attic. I need to see what it's like. Oh my God, that's it. That's it. Great choice, Brittany. Thank you.
Second
Uh,
armchair reference.
yeah. Uh, Next one. What do you always carry with you?
So I always have lip gloss, my phone. I do, I mean, I guess depending on what purse I'm carrying, but my wristlet that I carry a lot with me has the keychain that I got when Lila was in the hospital with her footprints on it.
Love that.
So I usually always have that. Yeah.
Love that. What about you,
I
Britt?
feel like I've been trying to be someone that like always has Purell. So
Oh,
I've been trying to always have a little Purell. My grandmother, I remember, always had a little Purell, and she always had a little scissors. And like you wouldn't believe how many times people need little scissors. Like every time I was with her, she was whipping them out, giving them to someone. And the same thing with the hand sanitizer. So I'm like, I need to be more like that.
Oh my
I'm
God,
not on
Brit,
the scissor game yet, though.
yeah, I like that.
you want to be the person that has Purell. That is a
Right.
valuable person in the group.
Yeah. And it's looking out for everyone. It's looking out for me. It's looking out for you. It's just better.
And like you are then seen as a prepared person when you're the one that's bringing like the Purell or the gum to the group. And
Yeah.
that's a good
For
label.
sure.
Yeah, I would say lately sunscreen has been my big go-to. But last but not least, a movie that makes you cry.
Honestly, was I think the saddest movie I've ever seen was The Art of Racing in the Rain. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
Oh
No.
my God. So Owen and I watched this like years ago. It's with Milo. Oh gosh.
Ventimiglia.
Yes, what the heck is he on?
Oh,
This Is Us and Gilmore
yeah.
Girls. So it's him and Amanda Seyfried. And so he's a race car driver. It starts off and it's like just him and his dog. And he then meets Amanda Seyfried. They fall in love, they get married, have a baby, and then she ends up getting really sick and gets sick with cancer and she passes away. And it's
Mm.
literally, I didn't know that going into the movie. So it was just, I was so caught off guard.
Ugh.
And I just thought it was like this, like kind of like rom-com type of thing. Like, yeah, like I looked at like, the description a little bit. I knew it was going to be kind of sad something happened. But I
Hmm.
was like, Owen's not a big crier. He was like, we both were like bawling. Like it
Oh,
was
My
so sad,
God.
so sad. I mean, I like sad movies, so like I still think it's a good movie, but it was very sad.
That's like that fuck, what's it called? Firefly Lane. You
oh
guys
yeah.
like read that book?
Hmm.
I mean, spoiler alert, in the book and the show, one of them like gets cancer and dies
Mm,
eventually. And I remember I read the book and I loved the book, but like I watched the show, which was very different, but the girl still gets cancer. And like last
yeah,
season, I was like, I'm done with this. I can't watch this. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
it's just too sad.
I would say one that Mish brought up once that like always sticks now,
yep.
Stepmom.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a
I
sad
think I
one.
told you guys this. I forget where we were going. I watched that on a plane.
Oh,
Well, I had 100% seen it before, but I really do like that movie. And I was like, why did I think that was a good idea to like put
Yeah,
that
you're
on?
like
Like
trying to
unbelievable.
stifle your crying.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugly crying. Oh, it's so good. I'm with you though. I
Yeah.
love a movie that makes me cry. Like I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Heather, for playing our game, 13 questions. That was so fun.
Yeah. Wait, I thought there was one more question.
Oh, there probably was. What was it?
There was one about advice. Best piece
Oh,
of advice you've received.
oh my God, I totally skipped over that. Yeah, best piece of advice you'd received.
Um, okay, so this one I would, so just for context, I didn't know I briefly mentioned this. So my husband Owen and I lost our daughter Lila when she was 2 weeks old. And this advice that I got, I can't remember who it was specifically that gave me the advice, but it was just that like life is like all about like perspective. And like it just was so true and like 100% like what happened just like changed my perspective on life. Like, and it will never be the same. Having that happen and having that change like our entire world and like literally like just a matter of like days puts so much into perspective. Like just so many things that just don't matter unlike your day to day
Yeah.
and like little things that like used to annoy me. I really try now, like that, at the end of the day, like doesn't matter. Like, as long as like my family's healthy, my friends are healthy, like, I have like, uh, you know, a good family and good friends and somewhere to live. Like, that's really like the only thing that actually matters. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about work. Like when people
Right.
care,
Like
like
a
active
hundred
work is
percent, it
like,
changed my perspective on so many things, especially work. I'm like, you know what?
yeah.
Nope, like I'm not a brain surgeon trying to save lives here. Like, no.
If my job doesn't get done, no one's gonna die.
Yeah.
Also, plug, Heather was on a great podcast that supports families and mothers that have gone
Yeah.
through infant loss. Or, I mean, Heather, you'd be better to speak to this, but if
Yeah.
you want to plug that, if people want a resource.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's through this organization called Emma's Footprints. And I actually found them after Lila passed away. I was just kind of like looking for resources. And I think it was my therapist that had said, like, oh, you should look into podcasts. And I literally just went into Spotify and like typed in like infant loss. Their podcast came up right away. And I ended up like listening to so many of their podcasts, and they just have different women come on like sharing their stories, and it like just really helped me like feel like I like wasn't alone. Actually, just I think it was like around this time last year is when I recorded the podcast and shared our story about Lila, and I was like finally ready to come on and share that. But yeah, other than that, they have so many resources. They have grief counseling, they have just support in general. They pay for funeral services, any type of resources that you would need.
The call the
Yeah.
end.
Emma's Footprints.
Emma's Footprints. Yeah,
Yeah.
that podcast made me cry.
And
Yeah,
obviously my I'm a resource as well. So if anyone ever needed, wanted to talk or was going through anything like that, happy to talk.
You are great about that.
totally.
Great.
Yeah, definitely go check it out. It's a really powerful episode and podcast. Well, thanks again, Heather, for coming on. That was so much fun. We hope you guys had fun listening to us answer our 13 questions for this edition. We hope to have Heather back on the pod. But before you go, one thing that everyone should know about her is that Heather is a Bravo girl, as I am, and I need to know. I have to ask you one Bravo question before you go. What did you think of Craig showing Jackie O on the Toast podcast the ring that he bought Paige?
I know this was honestly unbelievable. And Kristen's right. I'm a huge Bravo fan. I watch way, way, way too many Bravo shows. I'm embarrassed to admit the amount of shows I watch. But that was so crazy. So, and I feel like you could tell that he wanted to talk about it. I don't know if like, I feel like him and Jackie may have like talked about it beforehand, and like she got the okay to like ask that, because it was like he was on it. Like he had the picture, and it was honestly like crazy. Jackie took his phone and actually looked at the picture and saw the geotag and like was like, nope, this is in like Charleston, like literally in his bedroom. The photo was taken.
I totally agree. First off, what a queen to geotag that. Like
Yes.
the quick
For
thinking.
sure. I
Oh
know. I was
yeah.
like, wow.
Receipts. Don't
Yeah.
get those receipts.
Receipts. I wouldn't even cross my mind. I
Mhm.
totally agree. He wanted to clear his name.
He did. Paige did have a point. Like Craig is known for like storytelling and like, I don't want to say lying, but like he's just been caught in stuff before. So I just
I
didn't know. I didn't know. I was like, I could see that actually being not true, that he never had a ring.
I'm in the same page. I used to not be a Craig fan. I thought like in the Naomi days, he was just kind of like no ambition, just like kind of like a
Yeah.
loser. I think some of those other charm boys are like that. I'm a fan now, but I also do like Paige a
Same.
lot. And I thought he was lying. Like we've
Yeah.
seen, the thing is when you've been on
100%.
a reality show for 15 years, people do kind of know how you are, and he does exaggerate. Like I could
Yeah.
see him saying he got it and maybe going to the jeweler, but not really buying it. So I thought it was a good move on his part to like lay the rumors to rest. I don't see her saying anything about this. So I think he will get like the final word in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I needed to know what you thought there.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so fun. We're going to wrap it up. Thanks, Heather, again for joining us. We hope you all loved this episode. Let us know if there's any topics that you want us to talk about. Friday, we are going to talk about the book that we're reading
In 5 years.
in 5 years. It will never stick. It will never stick. And then we are also going to be having our girl Gina back on the pod, and we are going to do a special edition for Friday's episode. We're going to talk about the book, and then we're also going to do a Taylor draft.
Oh, fun.
You'll have to listen to find out what that means.
Yeah, just a little teaser. But all of our Swifties, Friday's a must listen. All right. Well,
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
Thanks,
thanks,
Tyler.
everyone. Remember to tell everyone you know to listen to this podcast in any way, shape, or form that you would like to. Yeah, and follow us on social.
thanks, Heather.
And that's it.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Heather. Bye.
Bye.